I only regret that I have but one life to lose for my country. 21-year-old Nathan Hale was executed as a spy by British forces on September 22, 1776 during the American Revolution. Just 2 weeks prior to his execution, the young soldier, who had previously worked as a schoolteacher before the war, volunteered to travel behind enemy lines to spy on the British. He had intended to masquerade as a Dutch schoolteacher in search of employment. There are two different accounts as to how Nathan Hale's identity might have been discovered by the British. The first account states that he was recognised in a tavern by British officer Robert Rogers of the Queen's Rangers. Supposedly, Robert pretended to be a patriot and was able to get Nathan to admit his true identity to him. The second account states that Nathan's own cousin, loyalist Samuel Hale, had revealed his identity to British forces. Either way, Nathan was quickly apprehended and his body searched. The British discovered several sketches that Nathan had been drawing of their fortifications, as well as papers dictating the British memoranda and their military positions. Nathan was instantly sentenced to death the following morning without the benefit of a trial. Later that evening, Nathan asked his jailkeeper for a clergyman to attend him before his death, but his request was denied. He then asked for a Bible to bring him solace, but this request was also refused. A British officer who was present that day wrote in his journal about Nathan's execution. He stated, "He behaved with great composure and resolution, saying he thought it the duty of every good officer to obey any orders given him by his commander-in-chief, and desired the spectators to be at all times prepared to meet death in whatever shape it might appear." Nathan Hale was hanged to death on the morning of September 22, 1776. British Captain John Montresor witnessed his execution and accounted it to Alexander Hamilton under a flag of truce. He stated, "On the morning of his execution, my station was near the fatal spot, and I requested the Provost Marshal to permit the prisoner to sit in my marquee while he was making the necessary preparations. Captain Hale entered. He was calm and bore himself with gentle dignity, in the consciousness of rectitude and high intentions. He asked for writing materials, which I furnished him. He wrote 2 letters, one to his mother and one to a brother officer. He was shortly after summoned to the gallows, but a few persons were around him, yet his characteristic dying words were remembered. He said, 'I only regret that I have but one life to lose for my country.' The 2 letters that Nathan was allowed to write before his execution were torn up before the fatal drop. The 21-year-old's body was never found afterwards, and his family was forced to erect an empty grave cenotaph in Nathan Hale Cemetery in Connecticut. Today, Nathan Hale is seen as a revolutionary hero in America and was designated as the official state hero of Connecticut in 1985.